Look at the murals, honey.
We are in the brass instrument capital of the world.
Don't mind it being a small city. Don't call me a village or a town. The RV capital of the world.
Yeah, porch beer. Heck yeah.
Cheers.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Bang, pow, you know, all the great stuff. We have over 60 antique RVs in our collection.
I look forward to taking your class. Look at the murals, honey.
Oh, my favorite thing about RVing is Main Street, USA.
Absolutely.
And Kevin, we are in the brass instrument capital of the world.
No, I thought it was the RV capital of the world.
It's that too. We got a little bit of history, a little bit of industry. They've got it all going on here in the city.
I can't wait to talk to the mayor and learn about this iconic Midwest city.
And we're going to visit a couple of museums too. We're going to see the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Heroes.
Shazam! I'm super excited about meeting the folks out at the RV Technical Institute and see what they've got going on.
We've got a lot packed into this week, and I'm looking forward to every bit of it.
This week we're staying in the RV center of the universe right here in Elkhart, Indiana.
Yeah, we finally made it.
To get here from Indianapolis, we took US 31 north up to South Bend. We picked up US 20 headed east, took the Indiana 19 exit right into downtown Elkhart. Patrice, take this next right-hand turn. We're staying out here in Bristol, Indiana at E.B.'s Pines RV Park and Campground.
I don't know about you, but I worked up a thirst on that drive, so we unhooked the toad and we headed down to the Riverwalk.
So we are at Elk Brewing. We are in the River District of downtown Elkhart, Indiana. We brew all of our beers in-house. At any time of year, we have anywhere from, I'd say, 6 to 12 different beers available.
The first one we have here is our Elk Premium. It is a light lager, so it should be nice and crisp with a little bit of malt. It's for those people that aren't necessarily used to drinking craft beer.
I like that.
Nice, crisp, easy to drink.
Unlike you, Ryan, that's something I would sit all night at the bar.
Porch beer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, porch beer. Heck yeah. Wow, that is.
And what do you call that?
That is our Elk Premium.
Number 2, what do we got?
Number 2 is a Hefeweizen. I'm not going to say it's a traditional German Hefeweizen, but it is my version of the Hefeweizen. So it's going to have some banana, clove, and a little bit of bubblegum notes to it.
Oh, that has different as it goes down.
It's all the different layers as it goes down.
I like that.
I got banana right away, but now I get clove.
I got clove at the end.
I love the difference. I mean, they're not that different in color.
Right.
But you have such a
Huge flavor difference.
Flavor leap.
And honestly, that comes from yeast. So now we're going to go a little bit darker, but still not dark. This is our West Coast IPA. We call it Buck Fever.
Okay.
So this is going to be your traditional hoppier beer, your more bitter beer.
Ooh,
Still not super bitter,
No,
but it's very approachable.
Citrus comes through for me at the very end.
I'm usually not an IPA person because of the bitter at
Right.
the end. This starts out sweet on your lips,
Yes.
and then it finishes really nicely.
Yes.
I like it.
this.
This is where you're going to be super happy, I think. This is an oatmeal stout. I added maple to it. So this is a maple oatmeal stout.
Oh, chocolate immediately.
Chocolate immediately.
Immediately.
The maple comes for me on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chocolate right off the top, maple in the back.
Coffee now. Coffee just hit me.
Okay.
I mean, I could drink this in the morning.
It's brewer's breakfast.
That's hence the name. I love the board too. I love the descriptions. You know, even if you're not a beer person, you have choices that are palatable to you. You know.
Right. Yeah. I try to brew a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah. Very well done. Well, cheers.
I'll join you for sure.
Cheers.
It's nice that we're able to offer amazing cocktails. We make a stout simple syrup from our stout that we brew here. that makes it just a little different than your traditional old-fashioned, but we try and keep those seasonal and fun and something unique to try. I think my favorite part of Brass Elk Brewing is our patio. It's the best place to be all summer.
Patrice, good drinks, good food, and good people.
Good God, Elkhart has got it going on. Can't wait to see what the rest of our week tastes like. I mean, what else we have going on. Cheers. Hey, Kev, are you ready?
Yep, I was just treating the toilet real quick. Day 2 arrived and it was time for us to learn about Elkhart.
So we went downtown to meet Mayor Rod Roberson.
I was born and raised here. I left for 20 years thinking I'd never come back. Elkhart brought me back, not just because of the people, but because of the way the city responded to me when I was growing up. But it had a quality of life that I felt as though was necessary for my kids to feel. Public service wasn't something that I always dreamed of. It was all about wanting to make sure that we were doing what we could to take Elkhart to the next level. There are 16 North American headquarters that are located right here in Elkhart, and people don't really realize that. We do about 90% of the OEMs make their final product right here in Elkhart and ship it all over the country and, quite frankly, all over the world. About 99 to 100% of the suppliers are headquartered and based right here. For planning in our downtown to kind of recreate the legacy of moving up from a manufacturing downtown to a city that treats arts and culture and quality of place as its focal point. A lot of our stakeholders that grew the RV industry also invested in our city, in the public spaces.
1925 this was built.
Look at how ornate everything is.
Everything.
It brings a sense of Lerner Theater. It brings a sense of River Walk. It brings a sense of more merchants downtown. The culinary opportunities, as you've tasted since you've been here, is just off the chain. Don't mind it being a small city. Don't call me a village or a town, because I live in an urban metropolitan city of 55,000. But I just love the fact that we can do those things and still be considered the RV capital of the world. My relationship to Elkhart is a matter of how we serve it in order to create the future that's going to happen here, and that's what's important.
Elkhart has several museums, but this one was out of this world.
Pow!
Riddle me this, Batman.
Welcome to Hall of Heroes. We are the only comic book and superhero museum in the United States. This is actually the largest collection in the world being preserved. We cover the whole 85-year history of superheroes in comics, toys, film, and animation, and we're like a twofold time machine. Not only do we preserve history, but we take you back in time to your childhood, just seeing like lunchboxes and costumes and toys and comics and just all the great stuff that, you know, you loved as a kid.
Tell us what we got here.
So this is our archives, and we have 22 of these cabinets which house 76,000 comics. It's one of the largest comic collections in the world. We have the first appearance of Wonder Woman from 1942. It's one of the 5 best-known copies in the world. Our biggest props that we have here at Hall of Heroes, we have Nicolas Cage's Hell Cycle, the Ghost Rider cycle itself. It's 11 feet long, 750 pounds. It's all resin over a stretched Harley frame. We also have the 65 Shelby Cobra that Robert Downey Jr. landed on the first Iron Man film.
Phone booth.
I know, a real one. Oh, look at here. That's the Wonder Woman I grew up with, Linda Carter.
I think that should be your next Halloween costume.
Oh, I dig those boots.
This is the first superhero toy. This is the Superman wooden figure. It came out by Ideal Toys in 1939. We have Adam West's Batman costume, which was, for me, that's what I grew up watching in the 70s after school. The bang, the pow, you know, all the great stuff. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman! This is probably the coolest thing in our entire museum. To have Adam's Batman costume, what's really unique about this suit, there's only 2 Batman costumes that exist today.
Okay.
This one was Adam's personal one that he wore at public events for 20 years. Check your adult self at the door and you're just back to being a kid again and having fun and enjoying yourself.
Did it work?
Come on, Wonder Woman, get in the car. You ready to go?
I am. Day 3 arrived and it was time to get certified.
So we went to check out the RV Technical Institute.
The RV Technical Institute just celebrated 5 years. We started from really a dream to what you see today with over 22,000 students. We are built by the industry. When I say the industry, the manufacturers, the suppliers, the folks that built your rig helped us create the curriculum and are really the power behind what we do today. These technicians that we train confidently will fix and repair your RV safely, correctly. We wanted something that was a lifelong sustainable learning program.
This is our electrical board. We use this for troubleshooting any kind of problems that we'd have in the system. This is your basic design of a fifth wheel. We have a power that comes from our 50 amp service. It's like our power pedestal that comes from the campground.
Yep.
We actually teach them how that power flows through the system in an actual fifth wheel in real time. And then we have troubleshooting faults inside here that we can actually trigger so those students or learners can learn how to troubleshoot in real time to cut down on those repair times.
Right now, this is what the inside of my brain looks like trying to figure it out.
Absolutely, it is a lot to look at.
Well, let's go see the right side of it.
Okay.
So what do we have on this side?
So this is our electrical board that everything works on. What we do is we show them how the functionalities of these things actually work. We can flip switches and turn them on so they can see how it actually works. So if there was a problem, they can better identify it.
After seeing this makes me want to take the course. I mean, I like the hands-on approach to learning the systems that are in an RV.
I think we need to check out our calendar and see if we can fit it in.
I'm ready to go. Let's go see another module.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I feel like I'm in an RV now. Look, this is the completed RV here.
Absolutely. This is our level 1 hands-on. We do everything for our level 1 based off of the RV. So we do our system pressure test. We also have them do a static water test and a few other things that are on this as well. All the way up to the LP test, we teach you behind all the measurements and to make sure you have a sealed system that is safe for the end user to use.
Talk about real-world training.
We've stepped forward in the industry for having pre-delivery inspections, and the more we train people to do these things, the better our product will be when it reaches the customer.
And the happier the customer will be.
Absolutely.
I love that you guys are helping to keep that RVer happy, that your end user really is the RVer.
It's all about the momentum.
Think about your house. When you think about all the systems that are in that house, the electrical system, the plumbing system, the appliances, your HVAC system, that's what a technician learns here at RVTI. What better program than our level 1 exposes you to all of those? And we'll be teaching that with the idea that they might find that electrical is more interesting to him, and they might go pursue being an electrician, which we all know. We need electricians, we need plumbers. So it's a pretty cool thing.
We partner with over 800 dealership locations nationwide, so they can train their technicians as well. So they can either send them here for level 1 and level 2, they can train them at their dealership themselves, or they can do our online program as well.
And you're also trying to get into and reach into schools. You're doing currently high school programs.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just partnered with Littleton Public Schools out in Colorado. They have an Epic campus out there, and so what we're able to do is teach high school students level 1. So they will be able to graduate with their diploma and then graduate with their level 1 certificate.
Nice, that's what schools need.
And go right out to work. And even if they don't want to go into the RV industry, they've learned skills like electrical, HVAC, plumbing. They could become a plumber.
Yep.
So you're giving them those skills already, which we need in this country.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working hard to try to expand that to other high schools as well.
The whole curriculum was always built with the idea that most of the training is going to happen across the country through these learning partners. So when that student comes out, they are fully certified and can go right to work. And these are sustainable careers. Whether you're a dealer technician or a mobile tech, really there is no cap. The average is anywhere between $50,000 to $80,000 with just a year or 2 experience. After year 3, if you're not making $100,000, you're just choosing not to.
So as you can see, plumbing is one of the areas that we cover and provide hands-on training for. We don't teach specific manufacturers. We teach the broad spectrum, so you know how to troubleshoot and diagnose regardless of the manufacturer.
Our mission's simple. Train technicians, certify them, recruit more in so that the consumer, or in this case your RVers, can have a good experience.
I think we should pack Tyson up, take him with us.
Yeah, I do too. Which hatch do you think he'll fit in? Hey, Kevin, you ready to go to the museum?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. Can't wait to check out the vintage RVs.
What better way to end our week here in Elkhart than to head over to the RV Hall of Fame?
We have over 60 antique vintage RVs and travel trailers in our collection. Right now, right behind us, we start off with the 1913. It's a Ford Model T travel trailer. It's currently recognized as the oldest production RV in existence. Over here is a 1916. It's called the Telescoping Apartment. The fun story is in the 80s, all the RV manufacturers were suing each other to try to see who came up with the idea of the slide out first. And here we are in 1916, and they were all late to the race. I'm sure you've probably heard of Mae West, famous movie star.
Yeah.
Paramount Studios was trying to come up with a way to incentivize her to go away from vaudeville and come do movies for them. They built this house car for her so that she would have private quarters, and so now you see every movie star has something just like
Has a movie trailer. That was the birth of the movie trailer.
That was the birth of it, basically the pioneer to that luxury for celebrities.
I love the color of it. It's really pretty.
Very
Nice.
pretty.
Yep.
So why don't you come back and see me in the RV sometime?
Okay, Mae West.
There you go. This 1929 Weedman house car. It was actually a stake truck for farms, and they decided to start producing motorhomes out of them. But the fun thing here is that the driver's seat didn't come with it when you bought it. You had to spend $100 to get a driver's seat.
$100.
$100.
In 1929.
Yep, if not, you had to kind of stand and drive.
That's a lot of money.
It kind of had you, because you had to buy it.
I like all the windows.
Yep, very cool.
How did the museum start?
The Hall of Fame part of it started in 1972, and it was strictly on paper. This came to form in 2007. The original collection was purchased. Gentleman, he was a zealot for the vintage RVs, and we purchased the collection from him. Now that was about 15 units, and now we're up over 60, so we've had close to 50 donations.
And Elkhart being the RV capital of the world, this makes sense.
It makes sense, yes. Actually, within 50 miles of where we're standing right now, over 85% of the RVs in the entire world are manufactured.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, let's go see some more.
Let's go see some more. 1954 Yellowstone travel trailer. This one was unique because of the door setup on the front. They called it the in and out doors because as your wife would come in through the kitchen, the mistress would go out through the bedroom.
Well, we're not getting that one.
No, there you go. I would not recommend that for a happy couple.
That's funny. Oh, hey, Kev, look at the FMCA, 178 member.
What's the big deal? I've never even noticed that before.
We're now members, and we're probably member 125,465.
So it's the oldest motor coach club in the country, 1962. What year is this?
This is a 1974 GMC.
That makes sense.
178 member.
The more you know.
Very cool.
Winnebago has been a fantastic partner with the museum. When we were originally getting started, they gave a very generous donation, and in turn, which benefited us again, they provided a motorhome that's on display.
Yeah, this is the Winnebago Brave. I think this is the first motorized Winnebago on the road. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for the tour.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure.
This museum was really interesting.
I know, they've got a lot of history. I'm glad that they're preserving it.
Yeah.
Oh, feels good to sit.
Yeah.
We did a lot this week.
Yes, we did.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was sitting down with Mayor Rod. His energy was infectious. I really enjoyed that. But the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum kind of brought me back to my childhood. But I'm going to say, and you're not going to believe it, I'm going to say the food here in Elkhart was my favorite.
That's my line.
I know. What about you? What was your favorite?
Oh, I agree with you. Elkhart is beautiful. The river walk, the food, yes, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna say the RV Technical Institute. As an RVer, when we're out on the road and something happens, knowing that we can ask and find a certified technician makes me feel better.
Absolutely. I love this little Winnebago, but let's get back to our adventure.
Yeah, I need a little bit more room.
Much better.